Jesus. Love you, Jesus loves you. I was reading Romans 10, and Romans 10, it's interesting. The first part, being ignorant of the righteousness of God and seeking to establish their own, they did not submit to God's righteousness. So basically, before I was saved, like I thought I was pretty good. I was following Jesus, but I wasn't submitting to God's righteousness. I'm like, I'm righteous. Why do I need God's righteousness? And then I realized that I was going against what the Bible said in Romans 9 and 10, that you have to have God's righteousness, not your own. And so I believed in Jesus. I believed in the Bible, but I hadn't, what does it say? Anyways, so let's get down to this. You've heard the verse before: everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. Everyone who calls on the name of the Lord who will be saved. But it's not just saying Jesus one time. It's obviously more than that. So in Romans 10:14, it says, how then will they, all right, it said Romans 10:13, for everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. How then will they call on him in whom they have not believed? So you have to believe before you call on the name of the Lord. And the idea in Romans 10:13, calling on the name of the Lord, it's like someone who's drowning. If you're drowning, you're not going to say help one time, like help. You're going to be yelling help until someone comes to get you. So how will they call on him in whom they have not believed? And how are they to believe in him of whom they have never heard? And how are they to hear without someone preaching? And how are they to preach unless they are sent? As it is written, how beautiful are the feet of those who preach the good news. And then it goes on to say, so faith comes from hearing, and hearing through the word of Christ. Faith comes through hearing. Like God has sent me to tell you that you have to give your life to Jesus. Faith comes through hearing. Faith comes through hearing, and hearing through the word of Christ. And then earlier in Romans, it says, from faith to faith. So you have like a faith in Jesus. You believe in Jesus. You believe in the Bible. But then you have that faith, but it has to lead you. How can they call on him in whom they have not believed? So first you have to hear that Jesus lived a sinless life, died on the cross, paid for our sins, rose again. He's fully God. You'll go to hell without him. And you have to realize that you're not as perfect as God, and you have to give your life to Jesus. And you have to believe in Jesus. You have to believe that you're lost. You're not as good as God, and you need God's righteousness. So you give your life to Jesus, and you call on the name of the Lord until you're saved. That means like keep calling, keep asking, seeking, knocking. Jesus said you'll find me when you seek for me with all your heart. Jesus, love you, Jesus loves you. Jesus.